Good day, everyone. In this video, I want to show you how to schedule a script. So this is a new functionality within IDEA as of 11.2 that allows you to schedule tasks within IDEA. So you can create scripts to run automatically at regular intervals, certain times of the day, whenever you want. So what I want to show you in this video is what a script would look like to do this, and then how to set it up within the task scheduler. Also, there's some added functionality in IDEA, the last release of IDEA 11.2, that now allows you to better use the emailing functionality. So now you can use emails using Gmail and everything like that. And in my script, I'm going to show you how you can email the results to basically to yourself for a Gmail account. So that is really interesting. So first thing I want to do is let's sort of create the script. I've already created the script, so I'm not going to start from scratch, but I'll go through the script and explain different items. So I've created a project folder called Test Scheduling Demo with one file here. It's a general ledger sample file, and we'll use this one. So I'll just show you the script. Okay, this is a simple example of a script. So one thing to remember when you're creating these scripts is that because of its nature, it's going to be as a scheduled task. There's going to be no user intervention that can happen within the script. So you have to develop the script knowing that you cannot use message boxes, you cannot use input boxes, and you cannot use dialogues. There can be nothing that has a pop-up or anything like that that will stop the flow of the script. Because when it's running, there's going to be nobody around, or that's the theory, there's going to be nobody around to enter in the parameters. So all the parameters have to be pre-built into the script. So in this example here, because it's a simple script, simple demo, I've just hard-coded everything here. If it's a larger script, what you may want to do is have the different parameters like in a text file or an Excel spreadsheet, so that if you want to update these parameters in the future, that you have something that's easily accessible. You know, with a text file, you can just go in, change the parameters in the text file. Same thing with an Excel spreadsheet. So there's different ways to do that. But in this instance, we will just be using the hard coding. First off here is I have a line here called ignore warning true. So what this does is that if I am going through and a file already exists with the same name, that this will overwrite that file. There's no pop-up box asking you, okay, do you want to overwrite this? So you kind of need this in this type of script because you can't have it stopped waiting for you to decide whether or not to overwrite the file. So you need to add this as the first line. Second one is I'm setting up my working folder or my project folder here. So I'm creating a variable to hold that information, and then I'm using the client.working directory to make sure that I'm working in the proper project. Because remember, this is IDEA. So maybe the user has been using IDEA during the day. They're working in a different project. So if I ran this script and IDEA had been used previously in a different project, if I didn't add this line here, it would try to do this on the current project, which may not be the right project you want to be working in. So adding this line here, make sure that you are in the proper project folder. Then I am doing a simple direct extraction. Easy enough. I'm just doing high values, the typical that we do for all the demos. Then I'm just exporting this to an Excel spreadsheet, so I know exactly where it's going to be saved. So now I have the name, the access, and everything like that. Again, if it already exists, it's going to be overwritten in this Excel spreadsheet. And finally, I am going to send the email. Now, this is something new. This is a new functionality within IDEA 11.2 that I'm going to talk a bit more about how to set it up in a few minutes. Now you can use emails like Gmail and other web-based client emails, you're no longer limited to using Outlook to send emails. Now you can actually access your Gmail accounts, which in this case I have. So the information that you need to run this, and here let me just bring up the language browser so we can go through see what it is. So the parameters we need is the list of parameter recipient email addresses. So this is my email address at caseware.com. So caseware.com uses Gmail for its emails. Then you've got any carbon copy CC names. In this instance, I have none, so I leave this blank. Next parameter is the subject. So my subject is test data transfer. The body of the email message. So this, I'm just keeping it easy. This is a file transfer. Finally, or next is any attachments. So I'm attaching the high value item. And you notice since I'm already in the project folder, I don't actually have to give the whole path information. I could just say, okay, it's within this folder, within the project folder, and this is the name. But you could give the entire project, the entire folder structure if you wanted to. And finally, a timeout in seconds. So this is the number of seconds the task will try sending the email before it times out. So the default they have set up within this example is 50. So I've just left it as 50 seconds. So what happens is they'll try sending this for 50 seconds. If it doesn't get sent within 50 seconds, nothing happens. Or the email doesn't get sent. So that is the script. So I'm just going to run this so you can see that it runs with no pop-ups. So I'm just going to run the script. So now the script has run. Well, now the script is run. So if I go here under exports, I see that I have a high value, my item. And if I go check my emails, I can see here that I have my email here. This is a file transfer, and here is the spreadsheet that I've sent myself. So we know that it works. So now let's go more on the idea side and actually set this up to run properly. So there's a couple of things. First off, let's go show you how you set up the emails, because it's not quite as simple as just having it in the script. You actually have to enable it within the options within IDEA. So to do that, we just go to File, Options. There's now one for email. I click on that. So you have the choice to either send using a default email application. So this would be like using your Outlook if you have it installed. If you're using webmail, you send using webmail. So you do your email address, your password, and you also have an autofill here. So I can say, okay, if I'm using one of these three, Yahoo, Gmail, or Outlook, I can autofill, and what this does is it goes in and puts in the proper information for the server, the port, the encryption methodology, and everything like this. So you have to set this up first. And you can also send off a test email. Now, the first time I did this with Gmail, there's a bit of a hiccup here, and I'll talk about that because you may actually receive this, is in my emails, I got this Google Critical Security alert. So when I was testing this out, I ended up getting this error because Google or Gmail needs generally the security for two account verification. So it was first blocked. So what I had to do is I had to go click on check activity, and then from there I was able to go change the settings so that it would accept emails from like IDEA. So if you don't want to set this up for your account, what you might want to do is create kind of a dummy account to receive the information from IDEA. So you keep your account more secure, and you have another account that will accept the information from IDEA. So this was just for Gmail. The other ones I haven't actually tested, so I'm not too sure exactly if you'd have the same problem or not. But anyways, with the Gmail, I was able to get around this quite quickly just by checking the activity and following the instructions and everything. So that's setting up the emails. The next thing I need to do is to actually run this. So if I go into the library, go into macros, so here's my script. If I right click on my script, notice here that it is grayed out. I don't have access to the scheduler. So this is actually where you'd come and schedule a script to run on a reoccurring basis. Right now, I don't have access to it because there's a couple of things I need to do. First off, within IDEA, I have to run IDEA as an admin to have access to it. The second thing I have to do is I have to go in and enable that within options. So I'm just going to open up options again. And here we have the options to enable script scheduling. So by default, enable script scheduling is turned off. If you want to use it, you have to go turn it on. So I click on OK. So now it's turned on. Again, I can do schedule here, but I have to be running this as an admin. So let me just go, and I'm just going to close my computer, or sorry, close IDEA. I'm just going to go find it within my apps here. Here's IDEA, and I do a right click, more, and I will want to run as administrator. If you had it already as a shortcut or something like that, you can just right click on the shortcut, run as administrator, and so on. So it's easy enough to do. So now I've got it set up as the macros. If I right click on that, now I can schedule it. So here I have an overview. Next I can schedule it. So I can schedule it periodically, daily, weekly, monthly. So you have lots of different options. I'm going to only schedule it once for 720. There's 720. So now it's been scheduled to run. Alerts. I'll say maybe I want to send myself an email, task successfully completed. And then finally we have the history. And since this hasn't been run yet, there's no history yet. So I'll click on OK. Or actually schedule, let's schedule it a bit earlier. We're at 15. So we'll schedule it for in 2 minutes. Sure, you close. So IDEA has to be closed for the schedule to run. So you can't have IDEA up and running like now, right now. So I'm going to close IDEA. And I'm not going to make you wait, but I will resume this video once it's been run. Okay, so you saw that little pop-up box and everything. So it has run. So let's go see the emails. Here we go. So here is my email that I sent from within the script. Here is the notification email saying that it ran successfully. And if we go back and look at IDEA, we can see that the file exists. And if we look at the time, so 7/17/06, last modified. So yes, so that is how easy it is to schedule a script. As you can see, it's fairly easy to do. You can add on email functionality, easy enough to send you emails, to send you results and everything like that. So this is a great way to do any type of continuous monitoring, continuous auditing. You can run it, the schedule, as we saw, the schedule allows. Let's actually go in and see what the scheduler says for the history now. Oops, sorry. See, I opened it up and I didn't open it up as administrator. So I got to go back. Let's go back in here. Whoops. So I'll run it as administrator again. So now if we go to the macros, I go schedule. So now we got a history. We can see the task started, task completed. And here again, the schedule. So now this was only once, but if I want to do it periodically, I could say I want to run it every X number of hours. I want to run it every day, every weekday, weekly, which day I want to run it on, what time it should start, or monthly. So there's all kind of different options you are for scheduling these scripts, and you can have multiple scripts scheduled to run. So this is just one here, but you might have 3 or 4 different ones throughout the month or the week or whatever you want to schedule. So scheduling, like I said before, great way to set up any type of continuous auditing. As you can see, it's easy enough to send the results to yourself through an email. So IDEA does this in downtime. And then when you get to your office in the morning, or these days, I guess, get to your home office in the morning and boot up your computer, the results are all there for you to start looking at them. So that is the task scheduler. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.